us first, then what you believe is what you receive. But what if it turned out to be we are they and they are we? All of this dichotomy is just a false conspiracy. What if it turned out to be there really is no enemy? What you believe is what you receive. Because you see love in all. Oh, you don't see love at all. Come on and sing it with your enemy. You see love in all. Oh, you don't see love at all. No.
Give me some love and nothing, give me some love. Sufferation goes so long, off you see what I go and say. This not us first, them no, us first touch. Look at Babylon system, they got confusion. When all the problem call it us and them. They see no love it all. That's why the people living on this world and them evolve. But look at Babylon, no get your back above the wall. Shabaka, also man see there are some man a come and dance and tell them when they got a pee with dreadlocks on the mic, we put it up on the map. The sufferation must stop. Let's see the world that we live in, I got too much division.
Cause you see love in all. Oh, you don't see love at all. You see love in all. Oh, you don't see love at all.
See the people struggling, hands in the sky, can't find them. Somebody pick them up to another spirit and give them a foundation. Stop all the wickedness and tell the people where we going. Going to a planet where love's living. Going to a planet where love is the king, and you know where Rastaman come to bring.
With everybody fueling it, the fire will blaze, and crazed by the flames, all the flags raise. Look into the face of the rage flame, will illuminate, keep it calm and spinning in place.
Stop the division about us versus them. Stop the problem about the us versus them. Look in your heart to see where we all fit in. Look in your soul, see where we all fit in.
Now look the ism of the vision and the ism that will trap you. No such thing as a stupid question when your question is stupid action. Cause the fact is that factions are fearful reactions to just fictitious distractions. Cause you see love in all. Oh, you don't see love at all. Come on and sing it with your enemy. You see love in all. Oh, you don't see love at
Good morning. I'm here. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up!
What is dark matter?
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Okay, dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there.
There was one?
There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
You're a daisy if you do. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to the IRONWORX right here on YouTube and Rumble on the ironrealmmedia channels, respectively. Morning, fellas. Happy Wednesday.
Howdy-ho.
Yeah, now I know Zack's here. I heard him once already.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Skype's freaking out and keeps sending me to pages and
What?
Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that?
Sounds like Skype. They had to just do away with the whole damn thing.
Wouldn't it be nice to get rid of it?
How you doing, Walter?
Well, I was walking over there and trying, and when you said that, if I can hear it. Yeah, it's hot here in South Louisiana. I'm good. I've had a couple funky days of late just because, yeah, it happens, but not like I did when I had, a month of bad. So I figured out that it's something I have to just take care of, watch, add extra medication when I need it, or don't take it when I don't, or whatever. It's, again, trying to walk that fine line. But I'm here. I'm good. How are you guys? Missed y'all this week on Monday, for sure.
Missed you too. Yeah, I'm good. Things are uneventful. Relatively. Not much going on here. Trying to think.
Yeah, garden blooming here. Cami's getting into gardening a lot more this year.
Well, that'll be good.
It was hard to focus on stuff like that before, But yeah, she's I'm making her get out there every day. I go talk to them and all that kind of. Those were the best gardens I ever had. When I'd go out there every day and say good morning, and then every afternoon say good night to them all, see how they're doing. But yeah, when you talk to plants, it's amazing the response you get. I want to get back into that. Get a little more nature in my life. Oh. So, do you have any bad weather there, Walter, over the weekend?
And not like happened in other parts, of the state. It was raining. That's about it. A lot of rain, but we didn't get any of those storms. I think I saw damage from a tornado go by one of the stories. I just didn't, it wasn't down, it was more a little north of us, for sure. Now, I was saying, summer's here and it's hot, but I think it's going to be down in the 40s again, like next weekend. Is that when I saw that? Or next week? I could be wrong. But, it happened before. Yeah, next Monday night, 48 degrees will be the low. So, it's not over yet. It's holding on with its little icicly teeth. Hard as it can.
Yeah, it was 34 degrees when I went to work yesterday. I had frost on the windshield. That ain't some shit. Then it's going to start raining today. That's going to suck, because it's not going to stop till Sunday. Which leaves a very real possibility that I don't go to work, because there's a lot of high ground out here and a lot of low ground out here. And you got the Jefferson County Island, which once the water rises, there's just this little section out here where I'm going to end up stranded and can't get out. It's a big plot, but still.
Apparently Ian got iced in during the weekend and missed Monday's show. I'm glad to have you back, brother.
For sure. That sucks.
And apparently he's got some garlic coming up there on a video he dropped.
Yeah, I saw that. Chat. Even when there's snow on the ground, garlic says, I don't care. I'll be honest. Yeah, that stuff's always the first thing to pop. It's kind of like the daffodils. Oh, so it looks like NASA's wiping out a bunch of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Apparently they had a series of graphic novels about female astronauts. The series follows Commander Callie Rodriguez and her diverse astronaut crew. Oh my goodness.
That's something. And this was Written by NASA and published by NASA? A whole series of graphic novels?
Yes. Well, they were on its website. It was blah, 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 blah. The series includes blah, blah, blah. First follows female astronaut. I don't care who. Okay. They were written by Brad Gann and Stephen List. And okay.
I wonder what their ethnicity is. These two white guys writing a novel about ethnic female astronauts. You know, for DEI. Couldn't find an ethnic female to write about ethnic females.
Did you see they're getting a new administrator, that billionaire guy that went up on one of the rockets? That young tech billionaire, whatever. He's going to be the head of NASA now. Never worked. I mean, I'm like it really matters. It's taking over. But that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Just Joe Schmo. I mean, military doesn't work that way. You work your way, and NASA's considered a military branch. They're a non-violent military branch, but they're still a branch of the military. Since when do they just go hire like generals off the street? Like, hey, this guy looks like he knows what he's talking about. Let's throw him. You're the general of this army now. Is this, I don't know, has this ever happened before? Like a NASA, the head of NASA never working at NASA?
Probably. Like, I can't imagine. This seems actually pretty par for the course. You just hire somebody completely unqualified for the position. I don't know that that's necessarily new. Sounds like government in general.
Oh, the Supreme Court's going to hear South Carolina's effort to strip Planned Parenthood of Medicaid funding. Wednesday. So yeah, today they're going to hear all those cases. They have a few cases they're going to be hearing. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Cami was telling me about something. I forget. I need more coffee on my brain.
Yeah, me too. I'm pouring it on there hard as I can, but it's taking a minute.
So how the kitty's been, Walter?
Well, you know, it's always something. All the inside cats are good. Claire has now decided she belongs inside our room, no matter what time of day it is, no matter who's sleeping. She needs to be in there. So the choice has become, let her stay in the room with us and have her sleeping on my head or on my side or on my back, wherever she can get on me, because while she'll sleep on Michelle, it's all about daddy once I get in there. So last night, had her in there because she was already in there with Michelle. When she went to bed earlier, got in there, snuggled in, got on my chest. I went to sleep. She started grooming. Like, no. That's for daytime or for off the bed, not for on top of daddy's chest. So maneuvered her around, got her settled in. She started grooming again. I'm like, okay, baby, it's not that time of night. It's time to sleep. If you're not sleeping here, then you got to go. So I put her out. And then the rest of the night, it was every 20 minutes. Once I finally would settle back to sleep, she'd be meowing under the door. So I don't know how we're going to untrain that behavior that we've taught her. But you know, something's got to shift with her for sure. But she's such a sweetie. So I hate to have her not in there. And the other part is when I take my daytime naps, inevitably she's in there with me, because when it's just me and her, there's plenty of room on the other side of the bed for her not to be on my chest or on my side or on my head or wherever she lands. But yeah. Outside cats are good, although last night when I fed Little Wink, the black and white one, he seemed weird. Like he wouldn't eat right. Like he had, I'm almost thinking he's got a hairball that he can't quite get up because he kept doing that thing. You know, they do. So hopefully he'll have hacked that up today and be eating this morning when I take him food. If not, then I'll have another fun cat thing to worry about. But otherwise, they're all good.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I know animals have been acting kind of weird, like even in the wild lately. You guys see those bears at Yellowstone?
I saw a story, but I didn't read what happened.
I saw a picture. I'm still not sure that picture's real. That definitely seemed AI, if you asked me.
That's what I'm looking at. I don't know if I'm buying it. Just hundreds of bears, like on the highway to Yellowstone, making it so nobody can get through. To see all these.
So they got
comments.
serious about the picnic back then.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was, but it supposedly was a picture from 5 days ago. People are saying, "Oh, this is an April Fool's joke."
Yeah, I saw that weeks ago, so I know it wasn't just 5 days ago, unless it's a different one that is not the same one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. It's all like Facebook or this or that. I'm not seeing there's TikTok with that image. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that's like
newsworthy.
Okay, so I just immediately just typed in, bears and road to see what popped up. And the first thing I get is this picture, which says, oh, let's share it. Did you see it, Josh? Apparently in Missouri. They're just taking over.
That's the exact same picture, Walter.
Yeah. This says, fact check, photo doesn't authentically show hundreds of black bears taking over Missouri highway. Branson, Missouri. Oh, is this Snopes? Am I on Snopes by mistake? What happened? No, I'm kidding. The photo originated Bear World, fake picture generated with AI. There you go. End of story. Move on.
Definitely not Missouri.
Oh, I'm sharing again. What did I do? Now I'm raising my hand. Holy shit, it's all going to hell. Hey, I just got a message pop up telling me I go to Teams, so I'm out. Later.
Yeah, we're going to have to make that move here eventually.
We might work on that like a day away from the show, maybe. Why? I know, right? More fun for everybody. What?
Although it says that there's all of this stuff should just transfer right over, so the transition
that's
maybe.
what they say, Josh.
I trust Skype and what they tell me. I mean, if you can't trust Microsoft, who can you trust? R.I.P. to
Have you seen
Val
all the
Kilmer.
articles? Oh, go ahead.
I was just giving the R.I.P. to Val Kilmer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why I didn't know if you guys caught the reference first thing in the morning.
I did not.
Yeah, after Steven was going off after the intro song, I gave him a little "You're a Daisy If You Do." 65 years old. He was not old at all. I'm way too close to 65 for 65 to be old.
Right? Right.
I never really heard anything about Val Kilmer outside of movies and stuff. He kept to himself. I know he put on some pounds.
Well, there was an interesting little documentary they put out about his voice and how he. So I watched it and I cannot remember why he lost his voice. So that tells you how much I was paying attention.
I liked him as an actor.
It was a good little documentary. I remember enjoying it when it came on.
You ever see that movie, The Saint, with him in it?
Oh yeah. Of course, having grown up with the real Saint show on TV, it was a tough sell for me. Of course, it was also interesting as a kid to go, wait, that's James Bond, whenever the Saint show came on. Because it was Roger
Moore.
God damn it. Moore. Yeah, I couldn't remember the last name for a second. But yeah, I did. I came back to that movie actually later again and went, did I not enjoy this for some reason? And watched it again and enjoyed it. So probably once I got past it not being the TV show, it was a lot better.
Yeah, I wanted to be a master thief after I saw that. I can't do the height stuff, though. There's no way. Yeah, but he was in some big movies throughout the years.
Fucking Mad Mortigan.
Yeah, dude. Come on. That was the first time I think I ever saw him. Was in Willow. Yeah, that was a funny one. We stole the baby while you were over there taking a pee-pee. Yep.
And I saw the comment in chat. Was it, I'm your Huckleberry.
Right.
Which I don't think
and
is
I
what
was
he said.
just. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
I said I don't think that's what he said.
I don't either.
I mean, I get it.
I think we talked about that on the show before.
I think we have too. Yeah, actually, not even that terribly long ago, as I recall. I mean, being from Missouri, Huckleberry, you have Huckleberry Finn, Mark Twain, all that good stuff. Being somebody's Huckleberry, I guess I could make the logical leap as to why that might be it, but I don't believe that's what he said. I believe a pallbearer, that Pauls and Huckles are the same damn thing. Or maybe the pawl is the handle itself, and the huckle might be the thing into which the handle slides, because you can remove the handles when you drop the casket.
Right.
But I think that's all it is. Your huckle bearer. I will bear your huckle. I'm going to carry your casket. I think is what that is. I'm your huckle bearer.
Well, I was going to say before McSlappin put it in chat, and now he's already said it. Nailed it. Playing the Doors.
Jim
Morrison. Yeah. And I was never a fan of the Doors. Never got it. That was like not my style of music, not my style of vocal. Sounded like somebody's uncle singing in the shower to me all the time. Never got into his whole vibe. None of it. And then I had a cousin growing up who just was nuts about it. She just wouldn't shut up. You got to read his book. You got to read his books. You got to read his poetry. So she loaned me something, and I read it, and it was, I appreciated it. Oh, Lord, have mercy. She has lost her mind. Hold on. I'm going to show y'all before she jumps down. Hang on. Where is Skype call? Anyway, not liking Jim Morrison and not liking the Doors, I enjoyed the fuck out of that movie. And it made me read another great book on Jim Morrison later. And I really didn't know anything about the whole Native American trip or any of that. So, yeah, I appreciated him and them a lot more from his portrayal, could have been that, from the movie itself. So, yeah, very good. All right, what is it? And there it is. And you do that with the camera, and it pops up and says, I hate this phone.
I don't remember him in the movie Alexander. But it has been a long time since I've seen that movie.
What are you doing up there, crazy girl? Huh? Y'all see her? Oh, good Lord, not now.
No, you're not on. There it goes.
Yes, trying to.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, she hopped up on the door frame.
Wild woman.
What are you doing that job? What are you doing that job?
Ooh, The Ghost in the Darkness.
That was one of my favorites. That was a good one.
What are you doing that job?
That was a classic, popping popcorn at the end.
Yeah, using the laser at MIT to fill the guy's house with popcorn. That was another great one. He got kind of drowned out by De Niro and Pacino going at it, but that was just a great movie all around.
Well, I think that was the first time Pacino and De Niro were in a scene together.
Mm-hmm.
With all the movies they'd been in together
Here she
before.
Adventure Cam in the morning. Oh, she's going, what the fuck are you doing? Ripley's going, hey, let me go. I want to go good. I want to do it too. Idiot children of mine. Oh, God.
And of course, his iconic role as Iceman in Top Gun.
Which really...
Yeah, the douche you love to hate. Wait,
right? What? He was the douche you love to hate. For such a small, relatively insignificant role, he really nailed it. Like, you really didn't like Iceman. It was the gum chewing, or I don't know what it was about him. But he really wasn't even a bad guy. I mean,
no, he was just cocky.
He wasn't even that cocky. He was right. Maverick was cocky, and he didn't like Maverick's cockiness because Maverick was unsafe.
Right. Oh shit! I completely forgot about the Batman movie.
Yeah, he did Batman, Island of Dr. Moreau.
That was that era of Batman when I had stopped paying attention. Once the bat nipples made their appearance, I kind of tuned away.
Bat nipples. I don't think I've ever seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I do vaguely remember it. Seems like it was relatively good from what I remember.
Did a movie with Christian Slater back in the day. Now just known as Slater. The Irishman? Kill the Irishman.
That sounds vaguely familiar too.
Alexander. I don't remember. I have to go back and watch Alexander. It's been so long. It was such a long movie.
Yeah, I don't know that I saw that for that reason.
The battle scenes were amazing in it. And a lot of the images just, him traveling to all these different parts of the world and East Asia and all the things they saw. And yeah, a lot of money went into that movie. I don't remember him really being in it, but like I said, it's been forever. MacGruber, wasn't he the bad guy in MacGruber? I think I saw like bits and pieces of MacGruber one time. I never sat down and watched the whole thing. It's not one of those that really grabs your attention, Kill Me Again. Well, there's a bunch of movies of his I don't think I've ever seen. A Soldier's Revenge in 2020. Looks like a Western. How did I miss that one? The Real McCoy, that was a good one. With him and Kim Basinger.
Formerly Basinger.
Yeah. Streets of Blood, he did a version of Billy the Kid in 1989. I don't think I ever saw that one.
We have to remember the best one of all was Top Secret.
Mm-hmm.
God, I used to love all of those movies those dudes did. What were their names? The brothers Abrams. Zucker brother.
They do all the Naked Gun.
Yeah, that was their whole gig. The Airplane, Naked Gun, Police Sport. What was it? Police Squad. All that crazy shit.
You bet on it, gents.
Look at that.
Look at us go. That's going to be the first segment in the can.
That song in here. I didn't know. Damn it. Okay, I'll have a song up for next time around. I found a new old guitar player this weekend. I sure thought I put that in here. But it's one of those things where it didn't go over. Anyway, I'll drop it later.
Ready on. Radio, right on. Something. Don't you guys go anywhere, because we will be right back. Right after this.
Out from the county fair, and the rain came pouring down. Me and Billy standing there with a silver half a crown. Hands are full of a fishing rod and the tackle on our backs. We just stood there getting wet with our backs against the fence. Oh, the water. Oh, the water. Oh, the water. Hope it don't rain all day. And it stung me to my soul. Stung me just like Jelly Roll. And it stung me. Yet it stung me to my soul. Stung me just like going home. Yet it stung me. And the rain let up and the sun came up and we were getting dry. Almost let a pickup truck nearly pass us by. So he jumped right in the driver grinned, and he dropped us up the road. Yeah, we looked at the swim, and we jumped right in, not to mention fishing poles. Oh, the water. Oh, the water. Oh, the water. Let it run all over me. Yeah, that stung me to my soul. Stung me just like Jelly Roll. Yeah, that stung me. Yeah, that stung me to my soul. Stung me just like going home. Yeah, that stung me. On the way back home, we sang a song, but our throats were getting dry. Then we saw the man from across the road with the sunshine in his eye. Well, he lived all alone in his own little home with a great big gallon jar. There were bottles too, one for me and you, and he said, hey, there you are. Oh, the water. Oh, the water. Oh, the water. Jetted myself from the mountain stream. Yet it stung me to my soul. Stung me just like Jelly Roll. And it stung me. Yet it stung me to my soul. Stung me just like going home. Yet it stung me. And it stung me to my soul. Stung me just like Jelly Roll. And it stung me. And it stung me to my soul. Stung me just like going home. And it stung me.
Hi, this is Alan. I like IRONWORX because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love IRONWORX with Josh, Walt and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that IRONWORX with Josh, Walt and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the IRONWORX.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Media is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the IRONWORX with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the IRONWORX and become an Iron Scout.
Mm-hmm. And welcome back to the second half of the first half of the IRONWORX, streaming live on Rumble and on YouTube.
I love that song.
That's a good one.
Nice song.
First time I heard it, I was in a bar in Maryville, Indiana. Some chick was playing nothing but Van Morrison on the jukebox. There was like 5 people in the bar. Underage, of course. Those were the only, you can't get into the bars when, you know, the bars had a bunch of people in there that would come in there that night. They would always have people checking IDs and stuff like that at the door. But you found these certain little hole-in-the-wall dive bars. They didn't care. If you looked like you were close, I mean, I had my fake, but my buddies didn't. But that was one of the bars we can go and drink at. And that song came on. It was the first time I had ever heard it. You know, of course, I heard Brown Eyed Girl and Moon Dance and the ones they play on the radio all the time, but I had never heard this one. And I was just starting to tinker with the guitar, and I was like, I'm going to learn this song. And it's a super easy one. Didn't even have to learn any new chords for it or anything like that. But yeah, I went home and listened to it like 1,000 times and memorized all the words and got the chord progression down. And yeah, that was probably the second song I ever played and sang after House of the Rising Sun. But I love that song. Yeah, from the first time I heard it, I knew. I was like, yep. Because when I play music, there isn't any band really that I learn multiple songs from, you know? Like I do a Neil Young song, I do a Van Morrison song, I do a Beatles song, there's a bunch of different ones. But it's never like 5 songs from this one band. I always pick like one of my favorites that I can actually play out of a band, and then that's usually it. I don't really learn more than that.
That's wild. And I was just the opposite. Every time I learned something from one song from a band, by the time I liked them enough to sit down and learn the guitar parts, then I was into them, and so I'm digging into everything. I pretty much, every time a new Metallica album would hit, I would do the same thing, just sit and learn the riffs all through the whole album. Even the songs that were just okay, the riffs were good. So if I didn't learn the whole song, I would definitely learn the main riff to it. But yeah, like that's, I'm sure y'all are aware I'm slightly infatuated with Alter Bridge and Mark Tremonti at this point. So yeah, I can't think of a week that goes by where I don't go, at this point my skill set has improved enough to where I could probably go back to that second album and learn that third song on the track that I couldn't ever touch when I first heard it on the album because my skill set wasn't there yet. Hell, I'm working on a song off the first album they put out that I couldn't ever touch, and I'm still struggling to work on right now. It's kicking my ass just because, he's a beast. Little housekeeping, no Special K. The cat did not use the ladder to climb up to the top of the door frame. She used her cat-like flying snake skills, flying furry snakes. That's what they all are. And jumped from the chair she landed on, and now you can't even write this shit. Hang on. Is it still on? Please tell me I don't have to do all that again. Of course I do. Why would I not have it still open logically? That would make more sense. The build-up is not worth the payoff at this point. I promise.
It's like getting to know me.
Come on, this thing sucks. It never takes the QR code quick, ever. And her day is over.
And I'm done.
Jack. Oh, I didn't know Bender had moved in over there. That's Bender laying there in the bottom of the chair. God, my room's a mess. I hate to show y'all this messy room every time I turn my camera on.
So have you heard anything about the Social Security and stuff that they're finding?
All I've heard is stuff you mentioned early on that then when I mentioned it to other people, they all went, no, that's not really happening. And so then I would go dig and find out that it could or could not be happening, that they were really not sure. So, and I haven't really looked into it again since then.
I know there's lots of changes being made.
What are they saying now?
That over the last few years that illegal immigrants, they come across the border and they get caught by immigration. Well, they weren't turned around and sent back right then. You get a court date. And there's like 700 judges who cover these types of cases. Well, there's like millions of people. So there's like a 6-year waiting list. So you're turned free into the country for 6 years until your court date. And they have them fill out this paperwork and they're given a Social Security number and allegedly can start drawing benefits like immediately. I don't know how true it is. I saw some guy on the news with Elon Musk yesterday talking about it, saying this is crazy. It's like millions and millions of people that have been just given access to our Social Security system, and here you go. Yeah, I don't know. So they're finding all kinds of crazy stuff. Is any of it true? I don't know. I'm not there looking at the computers and all that kind of stuff. It wouldn't surprise me though. But yeah, it's all part of the show. But it's real people, this is real stuff that's happening. It's just, if that's true, shouldn't people be going to prison? Just giving out Social Security numbers willy-nilly to people who aren't citizens? And they're saying they found that some of these Social Security numbers voted somehow. I don't know. So we'll see what happens with all that stuff. But yeah, there's definitely been some rumblings to do with Social Security. And where all that money's going. They keep telling us, we're going to run out of Social Security. We're going to run out of Social Security. Well, if they're doing shit like this, then yeah, I'm sure it will. Do they have something like that in England? Do they have the same type of setup over there? Somebody in chat?
Chat?
How do you guys do it over there in England? Like your retirement? Is there a federal retirement?
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Ian saying the illegals get more money than poor Canadians up there. Yeah, I don't know. We shall see. I've always been told my whole life that Social Security won't be there by the time I'm old enough to start collecting it.
Mm-hmm. That's what
I've been told that since I was 18. that it's not going to be there.
And I think that's because there were some special laws passed that says, all right, government, you are absolutely forbidden from ever touching this for anything other than paying out Social Security benefits. And I think people saw that and said, oh, fuck, I'm never going to see that money. And that's pretty much what it's been. We'll just rate it. Fuck it. Tell me I can't, I'll show you. If I can't have it, then I'll just give it away to people that don't rate to have it.
Well, they say like the average U.S. person, right? Not the highest, not the lowest, just the average. Say they work 40 years or whatever. The government, off the money that they put in, off the interest of that money makes, is like $2 million per person. Just in the interest, because the government can take that money and then loan it out to other people and gain money on that, right? But none of that interest gets turned into like money for you. Even though it was your money that gained the interest, you just get the money you put in. You don't get that extra $2 million that money actually made for the government. Now, I don't know how true that is. That was something that I was told, I don't know, over the last 20 years, that they make a ton of money off the interest that all these people put in there. So you would think that they would be more than flush, right? If they're actually getting an investment return on all that money that's being put in there, that would mean that there's more money in there than when it started. That should be enough to cover Social Security right there. What's going on? So, yeah, they've had to have been dipping into... I think they're allowed to spend that interest, though. They're not allowed to, touch your money. But they just kind of take all that money that was accumulated as interest. So really, you would think every person when they retire should be like, hey, there's $2 million extra bucks in here. I'll go on vacation and pay off all my debts and this and that. Yeah, no. You don't get none of that. But then again, that could just be a story I was told. Lots of articles about RFK Jr. and his anti-vax stance is insane, blah, 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 blah. I saw Idaho. I wonder when they're going to vote on that. I think it's coming up. But they're talking about zero medical mandates at all in Idaho. Like, if you don't think your children need to be vaccinated, then they don't need to be vaccinated. The government has nothing to do or say about it. Let me see if they, I know it was going to like their Supreme Court. Yeah, as of right now, they are required vaccinations.
That's weird. They're going from required to not at all required without even a need for an exemption, huh? Like they can't, they don't mandate them here in Missouri, I know. I know they will pressure you and tell you your kid can't go to school for as long as they'll allow you, as long as you're able to say it. But at the end of the day, you can exempt yourself out of the jabs here, at least in Missouri. Like, I don't think you could mandate them, can you? They can be strongly encouraged.
Yeah, the governor vetoed the bill. Vetoes bill to ban medical requirements in business, schools, and government. Yeah, it says Governor Brad Little vetoed a bill to ban Idaho businesses, local and state governments, private and public schools, and colleges and universities from requiring medical interventions such as vaccines, treatment, or medication. Senate Bill 1023, called the Idaho Medical Freedom Act, would have banned businesses, blah, 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 okay, all that stuff. The bill would have also extended to schools in Idaho. Little vetoed the bill Saturday, the first bill the Idaho governor has vetoed this year.
I don't know. I'm thinking about this, and that's a pretty broad brush with which to be painting. Like, if you were go to Utah and get a tattoo, wouldn't you kind of hope that your tattoo artist at least has his hep shots?
I don't know about. See, that's the one I never understood. Isn't that a sexually transmitted disease?
I think you can get it from dirty needles as well. Hence the risk.
I don't know many babies playing with dirty needles. I don't understand why they would. Okay, maybe at like 10, 9, maybe 8. But
what if it's 27? Like, I've been drawing my entire life, and I'm 27, and I've decided, you know what I want to do is be a tattoo artist. If you got hep C, should you be out there playing with needles and sticking people?
No, probably not.
So I'm saying, like, I think you could probably fine-tune that bill a little bit and get it to pass.
Well, here's his excuse. Medical freedom is an Idaho value. However, this bill removes parents' freedom to ensure their children stay healthy at school because it jeopardizes the ability of schools to send home sick students with highly contagious conditions, including measles, lice, ringworm, pink eye, strep throat, blah, 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 and other illnesses that disrupt families' lives. How does that bill stop you from sending a child home who has lice or ringworm or something? I thought this was about not having to be vaccinated. What does that have to do with lice or ringworm or measles? If you find a child with a highly contagious condition, the bill said you can't send them home from school so they get better?
Maybe. I mean,
that's stupid.
It is. And it may not even be worded directly like that, but there may be stipulations. Like, you never can tell because people would just lie, straight up lie about shit. And a lot of people just get shit wrong. But I also understand legalese and loopholes that attorneys would write in ahead of time, doing it by, again, painting with a very broad brush. And maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's why he needed to veto it, because it was just poorly written. Or like the Babies and Kittens Act, right? Which is how you fund the Taliban or whatever. Just because it says it's the Babies and Kittens Act doesn't necessarily mean that's what's going to be in it, because they write things that are just, or they add things that require you to just say, well, fuck no. I'm going to have to vote against Babies and Kittens because you put some shit in there that I just can't abide by.
In 2022, this guy vetoed a bill that would ban Idaho businesses from requiring COVID vaccines. So that's kind of another shitty move there. It's weird. It's mostly the major corporations, a lot of them, that want you to be vaccinated. So the new broader medical intervention requirement ban the governor vetoed would have expanded on a previous Idaho law banning COVID vaccine requirements. Okay, so he signed one in 2023 banning COVID vaccine requirements, despite its similarities to the one he vetoed a year earlier. So yeah, I bet there was stuff in that first one that, like you said, Josh, they like to add. It's never like, we're going to vote on this issue. It's like, we're going to vote on this issue, and then we're going to try to sneak in all these other things that you don't really want. But since you want this one so bad, we're going to try to sneak it in with this.
What, you don't love babies and kittens? Why would you vote against it? No idea.
Senators call for federal investigation of assisted living. And watch for given the threats of residents. This is just a lot of blah blah blah. It looks like. Yeah, how much have they saved so far? Allegedly.
Man, I don't know.
You mean like Doge? Them they?
Yeah.
Like $100 million or some shit?
115 billion so far.
I know they were
That was
on
as
track
of
to be
March.
$1 trillion by the end of the year.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Andrew.
So I know it's really close to the break time right now, so I don't want to bring up the topic at the moment. I know, Walt. I'm always tickling the.
No, Andrew. Tell us.
No, finish that.
Yeah, what don't you want to bring up? Tell me about it.
It has something to do with voting, and it's a topic that happened today in California, and it's a very hot topic, and I doubt very many people.
Hot topic.
No, not hot topic like the store. That's for
Hot
weirdos.
Pocket.
Hot Pocket.
Even though I have shopped there. But it has.
Hey, we were all 15 once.
Yeah. We were all 15. But I will bring it up. I don't remember the exact name of it, so I'm going to have to look that up so I don't screw up what I'm going to say in a moment. But I will give you the lowdown on it. And when you actually watch it, it will boggle your mind as to how the insanity is. It's somewhat getting fixed, but at the same time, it's still at about a 50-50 right now. And I'll talk about that after the break, only because that's coming up here pretty quickly. Sorry, I know I joined in at like the most awkward time.
Yeah, I know they're talking about house seats changing and yada yada. All the people that are fleeing California and New York and moving to Texas and Florida.
Nope, that's not it.
No, but I'm saying the congressional seats here are going to change. The number of representatives for states. Like the way that, and they're always wrong because it happened in 2020 and then they'll do another census, I think 10 years later or something like that. And then the House seats will be shifted depending on how many people, are living in each state again. Well, it's projected that, and they're always wrong this far out. It's only 2025 and we got 5 more years to go. But they're saying with the way the trends have been the last few years, that if you took the 2020 election, Biden and Trump, and I think Biden had 312 maybe, and Trump had whatever, low 200s, that number would flip-flop. Just by with the number of people that have been moving around the country lately. there's so many people moving to red states and leaving blue states that just by, changing that with the number of people who voted, that it would have flipped the election the other way. That's how important these, House of Representative seats are per state and yada, yada, yada. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's going to do it.
That is going to do it.
Yeah,
Much
that's
love to
gonna do
the
it.
Accidental Alchemist. I did really good yesterday, all day long. Sharp, on my toes, paying attention. Until she told me that Nick Phuket word flipped over to the globe. Fucked me up. I almost ran here to Skype to grab him because I know he's in this call. No, he didn't get me on April Fool's. She got me with his post on April Fool's. Fucked me up. Like I told her last time.
Oh, hey guys, just real quick before the break, I do need to mention to everyone, and I will mention it again, maybe a little bit later on, that Alex Lavery and his girlfriend Nicole are in a very dire situation at the moment, and we do have that GoFundMe raised. I started, and it's nearing $5,000, but they need quite a bit more because all of their stuff has been stolen from them. Like everything except for like 2 briefcases. Or 2. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So we're trying to help them out as much as we possibly can, and I'm going to donate as much as I possibly can. So if you have a couple of shekels, I will drop the link for that coming up here after the break. And then I also have other stuff to talk about as well. But it's not my show, so I'm going on mute.
And I'm going to go on mute too. You all stick around. Go do what you got to do. We will be back before too terribly long. This is the Ironworks.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Where everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet. Tell me things, internet. The earth is flat. It's like school in your hand.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there. There was one? There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard.
Good morning, we talked the whole night through. Good morning to you. Good morning, it's great to stay up late. Good morning to you.
Not to worry, I have a permit. This just says I can do what I want.
Damn, Skippy, welcome back to the first half of the second half of the Ironworks. So, Walter, you might have to explain to the folks out there.
Well, I was going to but we got a little sidetracked, and then suddenly there it was, thrust upon the people, all innocent, sitting there not knowing what the fuck was about to happen to their eardrums. Okay, so over my years of playing guitar, I've, had certain things I wished I could play and just were not in my wheelhouse. Either the style of playing just wasn't anything I learned, or the technique was beyond my scope, or whatever. And a couple of those things, incidentally, were cartoon theme songs. One of the first ones that I sat down and tried to figure out was the Ren and Stimpy theme song. If you're familiar, it's quite a raggy little guitar riffy thing, and it's really intricate. And if you don't know how to play that kind of style, it's almost impossible to nail. Well, fast forward a year or 5. A new cartoon came out with a new guitar theme song, which blew my mind, and I immediately sat down and tried to work myself through, and there was no fucking way. It was the theme from Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Again, if you watch the show, you know the intro music. I tried to get just the tone of that sound, and it wouldn't happen. And then trying to figure out what those maniacal, nonsensical, what the fuck are you playing chords were, no, not going to happen. And I just kind of let it sit on the back burner. Well, a couple of weeks ago, we lost George, who was the voice of Space Ghost, which made me go on a huge quest trying to find more than just the 3 or 4 that were lurking around on YouTube, find a place they were streaming so I could watch all of the old ones I haven't seen literally since they came out on whatever it was, Adult Swim. So I found them. I can't remember where. I'll find it and tell you where they are if you want to see them. And on about the 13th or 15th episode, they do a salute to a gentleman named Sonny Sharrock. Sonnysharrock. He passed away back in 94, and that's why they did a show dedicated to him. He was the guy that played the guitar on this song. Well, when I saw that episode maybe 3 nights ago, I was like, oh, really? Well, let me go find out why I couldn't play his music. Well, I found out why. Because this dude is not from around here. He played with Miles Davis. He was into this style of free jazz, acid jazz stuff way back in those days. And then he quit music because he and his wife, who was a singer and he collaborated with, he just quit music for a while. That jazzy sound he had going. Somebody talked him into coming back. And when he came back, he got rid of his old jazz guitar he had, hollow body style, and picked up a Gibson hard body and picked up a Gibson hard body and began to just torture that fucking guitar. Metally, riffy, craziness. And look, I understand it may not be your cup of tea, but being a guitar player and knowing that some of what he did made perfect sense and some of what he did made absolutely no fucking sense at all, and yet came, like, as Josh said there in chat, watching what he was doing is way beyond hearing it. There is just no way to explain. That dude is playing straight from his soul to those fingers to that guitar. And yeah, it may be torturous. It may not sound like pretty melodies and shit, but trust me, it is astounding what that dude is doing on that guitar. And I've gone deep. Like that's Dick Dogs is just a short one. Most of his songs run 8-10 minutes long, so I cut it short for y'all. But yeah, dig deep if you're into alternative type guitar players. Anyway, Sonny Sherrick, great new guitar player in my life. Doubt I'll ever be able to do any of that.
Yeah, no, I came back in and was like, what in the world am I listening to? And I looked down on my phone because that's where I was playing it through. My, oh, that's what I'm listening to. Yeah. It really does
I dropped that video this live, and yeah, seeing him doing it live is just nothing like that.
Almost necessary. It's not one of those things where it's audio only translates all that well. Unless I guess maybe you can really differentiate on those notes that he's playing. Right? Because he's going crazy on that thing.
And what's so nuts is out of all that chaos, suddenly him and the keyboard player link up and start playing a riff again together out of nowhere. It's like, how in the fuck would you even know when to come in after all what you just did? Yeah, nuts. I dropped the link here in chat. Yeah, exactly.
The hell did music's amazing. What you got, Josh?
Well, you said something when you came in. I didn't understand it, but Walt seemed to. I just wasn't sure what you said.
Sorry, I'm trying to play catch up in chat. What did I miss? Or what did I catch? Or whatever?
I don't know.
what we missed. we all missed it. It happens.
The person who's on first.
There was one?
So the local sheriff here in Spartanburg, he's been caught in a little pickle, to say the least.
That's just poor genetics.
He ran up $53,000 in credit on his county credit card, and it wasn't for stuff he was supposed to be buying. He says that the card looks a lot like a card that he has, his private card, and he just never noticed that he was using that one for $53,000 over 7 years.
This never dawned on me. The shit I bought never ended up on my bill.
Yeah. $11,883 was spent at Apple.com. He diet supplement website, streaming services, Amazon Prime and PureFix, hotel stays, flight apparel websites, big box stores, fast food restaurants, and steakhouses for a total of more than $53,000. And here's the rub. He didn't keep receipts for any of it. He's got 0 receipts. And he's paid back $1,111.
And 11 cents.
And that's he says, yeah, I'm done. And like, well, if you can't give us a detailed breakdown, of where this money went and how it was spent and this and that, and if it wasn't for work or this or that, then we think that you owe all the $53,000 back.
Sounds like fraud to me.
Yeah, this $1,100 isn't. You're not even scratching the surface here. So they've taken away his credit card. He doesn't get to play with the cards no more. But yeah, there's a lot of questions and not a whole lot of answers as of just yet.
Yeah, that sucks. Especially given the average size of a pickle is only about 5 inches. For him to be in a little one, that's got to be depressing.
That's almost the exact same reason. Almost the exact same reason that I quit working in the engineering department at the VA. Because, they were associating me with a credit card scam. And I didn't know what was happening at the beginning. And then I found out, and then I reported it. And it went straight up to attorneys. And all of a sudden, whoops, like South Park kind of situation. We lost the records. Poof, it's gone. Like, huh? I have email documents and bank transactions and records. Like, whoops. Like, no, the evidence is still there. So, yeah, fuck that. Speaking of the government and how much I despise the majority of it, here in California, we have this bill. I might misspeak on this one. It's the Assembly Bill number 844, I think, where what they're trying to do, quite popularly, is to actually ban men from participating in women's sports and going into women's locker rooms and bathrooms. Seems pretty logical, right?
You would think.
And it's about a 50-50 right now. And the majority of the people are psychotic. I watched the entire thing. I took a half day off work today. Funny story too. That was that was yesterday, which was April Fool's, and I've got a story about that too. I fucked with my class a bit, but fuck. I'll just tell you real quick. I just got like angrily pissed off and started fucking like flipping everyone off, and like I told my supervisor ahead of time. I was like, hey, just stand outside the door. And I told a couple students ahead of time, I was like, yeah, okay, this is what I'm going to do. So, and everyone thought, and I was like, fuck you, I quit, you sons of bitches. Whatever I said. And I just walked out. And that was my April Fool's joke. And I walked back in and just continued class.
Oh, that's too good.
But yeah, I got other April Fool's jokes I've done. But anyways, yeah, so the Senate bill, the whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah, some people are like, oh yeah, we should allow these people that are psychotically demented to go into these young girls' bathrooms, shower rooms, locker rooms, and blah blah blah, and also compete against women in sports. And some people are like, yeah, go for it. I mean, they're losing, but there's just enough of them that are psychotically demented to the point where they're still going to continue to actually promote it. And they're going to go to city council meetings. And the city council members, I think it was the majority of them, were like applauding it, like, yeah, let's get rid of that nonsense because it's illogical. But the first guy, he's like, oh, well, I'm gay, therefore I believe in it. Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. Just because you're gay doesn't mean you should think that pedophilia should be okay. But that's what's happening nowadays. 20 years ago? Nah, wouldn't be a conversation. Or maybe not as much. But welcome to California. I need to leave here again. I'm already planning my exodus.
Oh, they're saying a lot of the counties there in California are turning red. There's only a couple blue counties left. So you might not have to move that far.
If you're in the Bay Area in Los Angeles or San Diego, yeah, it's very, very blue.
Yeah.
But if you go into like northern California or central California, out in the valleys and stuff, it's very red. But those are so sparse in population to the point where it's outnumbered.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I want to move out to like Josh. Who's your neighbor? Can I move into their house?
Probably pretty soon before too long.
So have you guys ever heard of a snakehead fish?
No.
Think so. Sounds familiar.
It's got like a fin on the top and on the bottom that like kind of almost connects to the back all the way down its back. They kind of have flat faces, flat teeth. We call them dog heads. They call them snake heads. They're real long, real big fish that are like impossible to kill. You can leave them on the shore for a couple hours and they won't be moving.
Is it a snakehead fish?
Yeah, and you can go throw it back into the water and it'll just like swim away. They eat a lot of other fish and stuff, and they've been in the water since, we've been recording what's going on in the waters. It's a wicked looking fish. Well, they found this guy in the Delaware River.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's a snakehead, Andrew. Just a weird looking fish.
The fuck is this thing?
Not good for anything, like eating or anything like that. They call it kind of a garbage fish. I'm sure it does something. But this guy in the Delaware River caught what they're thinking, at least the first time anybody's caught one and recorded it, a bass snakehead hybrid. So this thing has the back end of a snakehead, but the front end of a bass, even with the stripe down its side. Now, bass are known to do this with other species, other types of bass, with crappies. They're known to mix and mingle species a little bit. But nobody's ever recorded one of these fishes commingling with a bass.
I don't know that this picture's real, but this is what I got.
That's the one. That's the one on the cover of the article.
There you go.
Yeah, some of these pictures that I've seen, where there's 3 or 4 guys holding up a snake that's 40 feet long. It weighs 2,000 pounds or something. I'm like, come on.
33 inches, and it was bigger than anything he'd ever pulled from the river. Took him 10 minutes to land it. That's a long time to be fighting a fish on a river. Maybe on the ocean, or if you're trolling, Lake Michigan or something like that. But
yeah, you need a special type of hooks and a certain type of line, and yeah, it's a special type of fishing.
So he called the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, Fish and Wildlife, and sent him a picture of this thing. He said not 5 minutes after he emailed the photo, his phone rang, and they were dispatching a biologist to his location, stat. So that's how rare this was. This isn't something that just happens all the time. So they actually sent out one of their biologists, on location to go check that fish out.
Well, that would be a marine biologist, not just a regular biologist.
So the snakeheads, they've been in the Delaware River for as long as records have been kept, they say. Yeah, it says largemouth have been known to hybridize with other members of the centrichid family, such as warmouth, spotted bass, members of the crappie family. But, that kind of thing outside of those few circumstances is very unusual. Very cool. Nature finds a way. Bass had jungle fever.
That's the saying that Jeff Goldblum said in Jurassic Park. Nature finds a way with evolution, but is this evolution or is it just something else?
Jungle fever. Now, I don't know if you crossbred another set, would those two be able to make another hybrid if they had offspring? Or would it be like the donkey and the mule? To where once they're, cross species bred like that, they can no longer have offspring. It's almost
I don't know
like
how that works.
The creator kind of put a kibosh on being able to do that. Yeah, you can mix these breeds. Sure, go ahead. But they're not going to be able to have children. You're not going to start your own new line of an animal. You mix a bear and an alligator, and like, okay, you made that. Not saying they have, but just an example. That bear gator isn't going to be able to go out and make more bear gators.
Go breed your two mules together and see what happens.
I don't think that's going to work.
Nope, it doesn't.
So the thing I know about artificial insemination is that they do extract certain semen from the male, and then they will insert that into the female, into her ovaries.
Only certain semen? Ooh, that's a long work day.
Uh-oh. But I don't know, does it require a certain type of... I don't know how it works. It's about the extent that I know about it. And then all of a sudden, like, they're creating embryos or something.
Well, first it starts with a real soft set of hands.
And a nice text message.
Some high quality hay. Maybe some oats. Little sweet talk.
How do you do it with fish, though? I have no idea. I've never even seen a fish stick before. I know it's a South Park kind of joke, or a fish pussy. I've never seen either one. I don't know where it exists.
Just get it, man. Don't you get it? Just get it. I'm a lyrical genius. Oh, did you see him wearing a all black KKK outfit?
No, I haven't.
No, it wasn't Kanye. It's who's the other one? Who's not Diddy? Was it Kanye? I don't know.
Grandmaster Flash?
Isn't Diddy in prison?
Yeah, I don't think it's Kanye. Who's the other big rapper that I don't even know his name? It might have been him. It might be Kanye. I couldn't tell you what Kanye West looked like. When I hear Kanye West, I see the South Park drawing. But one of these big famous rappers that's always been like kind of out there and spotlighted.
I just looked it up. Yeah, it's Kanye.
Okay, he was in an all black KKK outfit, talking to some guy about something, saying he started the Black Klan. Losing it, man. What is?
That's MK Ultra, man. I think that's the easiest way to explain it. Or he did way too much acid.
And a swastika shirt. He's been wearing a lot lately, Karen said. Hello, Karen.
Fuck me a fish.
What was that?
I just found the clip.
That was great.
All right.
That's probably one of my favorite lines from Mr. Show ever. Before I die, I'm gonna fuck me a fish.
All right.
That reminded me from the guy from Office Space right there for some reason. No, man, I bet you get your ass kicked for saying something like that.
All right, we're going to take a break.
Going to do it.
Yeah, we are on it. Don't you guys go anywhere. We will be back for the fourth and final coming up right after this.
Well, it's just a game. Well, it's just a game. And it ain't easy. No, it ain't easy. No, no. But it stays the same every day. We got bills to pay, they never go away. And they say that it's necessary, but you know you got to get your hustle on if you're gonna eat today. And I know, and you know, it's getting hard around here trying to live this way. It's hard out here for a pimp. I said it's hard out here for a pimp. And it ain't easy. No, it ain't easy, no, no. But there was a time when everything flowed like wine. We didn't have to worry, no, no, which parts were yours and mine. We had enough to go around. Everybody feels just fine, just fine. But those times are over now, Lord knows. I gotta get back to the grind, back to the grind. Just like my mama said, she said it's hard out here for a pimp. I said it's hard out here for a pimp. And it ain't easy. No, it ain't easy, no, no. Come a time when your life can push rewind. Get your feet back on the ground, making up for your precious time. You'll have enough to go around, spreading your love to the passers-by. So when the skies are crying out, oh Lord, remember there's always a better time. It's like my mama said, she said it's hard out here for a pimp. I said it's hard out here for a pimp. And it ain't easy. But no, it ain't easy, no, no. But it stays the same every day. We got bills to pay, they never go away. And they say that it's necessary, but you know you got to get to hustle on if you're gonna eat today. And I know that you know it's getting hard around here trying to live this way. It's hard out here for a pimp. I said it's hard out here for a pimp. And it ain't easy. No, it ain't easy. I said it ain't easy. You know it ain't easy.
Good morning.
Hi, this is Alan. I like IRONWORX because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack. It's like sitting in your front room having a cozy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that IRONWORX with Josh, Walt, and Zack, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the IRONWORX.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. IRONRealmmedia is the best on the plane. To the show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the IRONWORX with Zack, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the IRONWORX and become an Iron Scout.
And welcome back. Fourth and final segment of the IRONWORX kicking off right now. Well, kicking off might be a bit strong, but we're back at the very least.
Oh, man. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world.
Yeah, it is.
Ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding.
Yeah, they don't build vehicles like they used to. This guy has a 2019 Chevy Colorado with only 55,000 miles, right? Always serviced at the dealer. Already needs $4,000 in repairs. I get it. It's a 6-year-old car, but 55,000 miles, always taken in and serviced. It doesn't sound like somebody that's beaten up on their truck. And it's having transmission and cooling issues. A tranny should last a lot longer. You shouldn't have to touch your transmission. What is it, 80,000 miles, they say, 70,000 miles? You do your first transmission flush?
I think mine was supposed to be at 50. I think.
50?
I think. For the flush.
I've heard some mechanics say that you're not even supposed to do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends. If you're not having any issues with it, you really don't want to touch it, because all those in the fluid, like the gears from grinding a little bit, will get a bunch of little fine particles mixed in with it, and you have these filters to catch it and all that kind of stuff. But if that doesn't happen, and then there's also these like waxy paper type like insulation things in between the flywheels, and those things break down. They get brittle and crumble and break off and all that kind of stuff. There's lots of little tiny ports in your transmission, so things can get stuck. But if you're not having slips and stuff like that, if that hasn't happened, then no, you really don't want to touch it. You really don't want to mess with it. But
yeah, that's what I've heard them say, is like if your car is less than 10 years old, you probably shouldn't be messing with your transmission oil. After that, maybe have it tested, just drain a little bit out, and then test it. And then you can know for certain. But it's a huge upsell. Like if you go and get your oil changed at some place and they're going like, oh yeah, we just tested your transmission oil. It's like, why? Like, and they're like, oh yeah, you should have it changed because of the age of your car. We have these different deposits. But I've talked to other mechanics and they're like, yeah, don't do that.
No, if you're having tranny issues, then yeah, then you can go do something about it. But usually if it's working nice and good, I wouldn't touch it. Now brakes are a different story.
Oh yeah, like your brakes and your engine, those are, you have to maintain that.
Yeah, they don't make them like they used to. I mean, I know Ford has always had issues since at least the 90s with their transmissions. It's
So a little bit of slightly space lettuce here. Not really space lettuce, but on the morning of May 10 in Mexico, it's not uncommon to overhear the sound of children waking up and serenading the household. So apparently they're going to be, on May 10th, they're expecting to see... Oh, no, shit, that was last year. Fuck, I messed up. So I guess last year on May 10th, on Mother's Day, they were able to see the Northern Lights in Mexico.
Wow. That's way down there.
You know, the most infamous and respectable and trustworthy website in the world, space.com. That day, Mexico was hit by its most powerful geomagnetic storm in more than 2 decades, marking the first time in gleaming auroras. That doesn't make sense. Gleaming auroras were observed in the country since the year 1989. The storm was so powerful it could be actually seen in countries as far away as the ice caps as you can get, including Italy and south of the UK. And it just goes on from there. So,
excuse me.
Well, and it's kind of space lettuce. So that's the one thing I like to try and add in once in a while. So
I saw something about the Cybertruck now has a boat feature. I don't even know if I could find it. I didn't click into the article, and it showed 2 people standing in the back of their Cybertruck in like the middle of a pond, fishing out of the bed. That just sounds like a big old heap of trouble to me. No, I can't find it. Yeah, that was before. Looks like orcas are on the Oregon coast right now.
That Tesla story sounds fake.
Yeah, I'm not. It was from like Electrek too. It was something that they're wanting to
have people do to their Tesla trucks, and then without getting charged with terrorism. Like, I can't come catch your shit on fire, but maybe I convince you to drive your stupid truck into the fucking pond.
To the pond.
So I've never looked this up. I'm gonna do it right now. What is the definition of a truck?
A vehicle with a bed, maybe?
Well, it's not an El Camino.
A vehicular hermaphrodite? I don't know. What is the definition of a truck, Andrew?
I'm looking it up right now. So, I mean, I could spot what it is. That's a truck. That's not a truck. So the definition, according to dictionary and Cambridge.com, a large road vehicle that is used for transporting large amounts of goods. And there are subsections to it, and then I can go to other websites, just like Wikipedia as an example.
What if the goods you're carrying are people that pay a fare? A large road vehicle carrying a bunch of people that paid a fare to ride on that large road vehicle.
Sounds like a bus.
Nope, that's a truck, goddammit.
So Wikipedia, I'm 50-50 on Wikipedia. A truck or lorry, that's what they call it in UK, is a motor vehicle designed to transport freight, carrying specialized payloads, or perform other utilitarian work. Trucks, blah, blah, blah. Okay. How exactly can Tesla quantify this, or say qualify it as a truck? It's not what it is. It's just a big van.
I don't know. Well, it's used to transport large amounts of goods.
Okay, maybe. They're stretching the...
What about a step-side pickup truck? It's only got a tiny little spot to carry stuff. You can't carry large amounts of things in a step-side pickup truck.
And the weird thing about... I live in the area where these Tesla Cybertrucks are built. I see them all the time. I've never seen any vandalism for them. I've never heard anything on the... Well, I don't watch the news, but I've never seen one in the parking lot of where I work or the adjacent properties. So I'm not really sure what's going on with this whole thing with Teslas being burned down and vandalized and all that kind of shit. It's just a fad. It's gonna
I know I dropped a story about like 40-something thousand being recalled a couple days ago. Where is it? Hang on. Tesla has issued a recall for about 46,000 trucks at risk of a trim panel detaching. So the recall is for all 2024 and 2025 Cybertrucks.
The trucks?
Huh?
So all Cybertrucks?
So all of them, yeah. That's exactly what the story is saying, that all the fucking trucks have been recalled for this potential risk of a crash, road hazard, detachment of panel. Good Lord.
Not surprised.
Whoa, what happened? Oh, apparently it's time for my horoscope.
Do you think it'll last as long as the DeLorean?
Only if in about 10 years somebody makes a really awesome time travel movie with
It looks about the same thing, sort of like in Total Recall. You know, the whole Johnny Cab.
Yeah.
That's from the 80s.
I mean, if vehicles were all bought and driven by 13 to 15-year-olds, all these futuristic things would be selling like hotcakes, but now the future.
Oh, wait until the 28th Amendment comes out, where they say there is no driving age anymore. Oh, you're 5? Here you go. Here's the keys, guy. Wait till that happens. Won't be long.
So I think in July or June they're going to start doing that self-driving stuff there in San Francisco. Have you heard anything about that?
Yep, I've already seen them. Well, first of all, I refuse to go to San Francisco. It's a disgusting city that doesn't deserve any respect from anyone in my area, because most people are like, yeah, I'm not going to go there. If I go there, I charge $500 an hour for anything. Yeah, I refuse to go to that city. It's
Is it still legal to just shit on the street?
Yeah, you can walk around naked.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I think the only rule is that you have to have shoes on. Or something like that.
For hygiene
it's
purposes.
Disgusting. And you see it. They have actual heroin dens there. Like, oh yeah, there's nurses that'll give you like clean needles to like shoot up heroin. And they'll help you. You can like just hang out and just crash out on the bed or something. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, it worked great up there in Oregon. I mean, how much money? What is it, like $25 billion now? I think they've spent on fighting homelessness and drug problems, and it's like doubled in how bad it's gotten. Maybe just giving government a bunch of money. I mean, you're pretty much trying to tell them to work themselves out of a job. They want to eradicate homelessness. Well, if we eradicate homelessness, then I'm not going to have a job to eradicate homelessness. So it doesn't really shock me all that much that it's getting worse the more money we throw at it.
I think we should just put a cap on the number of homeless people you can have based on the population of the area. And you just have them all fight to the death. That way the strongest, most fit homeless people are the only ones that are able to be. See? You only get 50 homeless, so I want the top 50 homeless. So I'm going to build you a big cage, give you some weapons, and may the 50 strongest homeless survive.
That would actually be a good... Like the new UFC or something.
Right? That's how you fight homelessness. Through bum fights. Yeah.
Or you could have people with homes fighting homeless people. So you're actually fighting homelessness. And it's not just homeless fighting homeless. No, that's horrible. What was it? Archer Krieger has shock bum fights. And it's not because they're shocking. It's because he gives them like these gloves that when you hit something, it gives them an electrical shock. Oh. Now, I've been watching some documentaries on the homelessness out there on the West Coast. And it's crazy because a lot of the people, I would say most, at least the ones that they show, you know, it is a video, so they get to show what they want to show. But a lot of these people choose to be homeless. It's not like if they had a home to go to, they would go there. They said this is a choice. I enjoy the lifestyle. Now,
yeah, it's kind of weird to think about that because...
Yeah, how do you fight that? How do you combat that?
Well, the police often don't even want to arrest them because all it does is it just fills up the jails and it just wastes their time. So they'll just take down their... And a lot of them don't even have identification. So it's like, oh, yeah, I was shitting in the street. I was shooting up heroin like in front of a school or something. It's like the cops... They're at an ends of means. So they're in a tough situation where versus, oh yeah, there was some guy that was breaking into a bank. Yeah, they're going to go after that guy. But yeah, like these crackheads that are just walking down the street that are homeless and they smell like, you know, they haven't washed in a year. Yeah, the cops pretty much just leave them alone. But they identify them, take pictures and all that kind of shit. But I've seen this happen. I've reported them. But, yeah, the cops are like, yeah, what can we do? Like, all right, well, not going to fill up the jails with these people that have many illnesses and diseases and just put them into the jail. Kind of like they're immune. And they're like, whatever. Yeah, I'm just going to do whatever I want. I'm going to starve and ask for change. It's a sad situation, but the reality of what's happening now.
Yeah.
I'm with you, David Banner. We definitely need a video of Jaron arguing with himself. The flat Earth versus globe Earth. That'd be pretty
Jaron?
funny.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. I'm referring to chat. Don't mind me. I'm just completely butting in with something that pertains nothing to the conversation.
Oh, Karen, I'm looking now. Okay. I stopped listening to Jaron like, I don't know, 3 months ago.
Yeah, I don't want to say when it was I stopped listening to Jaron.
I was just about to say, if you only knew how long ago I had stopped.
Jaron versus Jaron debate. That would actually be kind of fun if someone can get a whole bunch of sound clips and put together over the years versus what he's done recently. And I haven't listened to much recently. It'd be kind of fun to see the Jaron versus Jaron.
Yeah, it's sad, man.
And Jaron, if you're listening, hey man, you're always going to be considered my friend as long as you apologize for what you did. And you know what you did. And I'm not talking about going to Globe Earth.
Yeah.
So
don't hold your breath, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm not. And I do have the next trivia coming up here in about 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. And if I may, after the stream ends, can I use everyone as guinea pigs?
Yeah,
trivia guinea pigs?
I don't know.
I love playing morning trivia.
You mean like Richard Gere likes to use guinea pigs? Because that's going to be a big no.
No, not like that. No.
East End boys and West End girls. Oh, wow, it's time to go. Thank you, guys. Love you. Thank you for hopping in there, Andrew. Thank you all for being here in chat. Thank you all for listening who weren't in chat. Hey, what are we doing Friday?
Well, if we find a guest, I reckon we can do a Have No Fear. Or, I mean, I guess we don't really need a guest either. We can still just do it, but... I don't know. What you got in mind? Anything?
No, I didn't. I just never did have a way to reach out to Carol, so I wasn't really...
Yeah, I looked. I could have sworn I seen her in one of the chats from somewhere, but I looked and I couldn't seem to find her on any of the platforms.
Okay.
Zach, did you ever go watch that
Noetic
Ether video?
Yeah, it's hard to like I can't do it with the video because the video is not really tied to it and it's so deep. Like I have to do half-hour sections. I listened to like the first hour and 15 minutes and I was like, dude, I'm not obtaining any of this. It's just so much.
It is a lot.
But very interesting. A lot of nuggets in there. Lots and lots and lots of stuff. Yeah, that was... I'm going to have to like take a week. And my brain is like locked in and really focus on that thing.
Yeah, it's a big one. But we're going to get out of here. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out. Happy Hump Day. Do enjoy your Wednesday and have a great rest of your week. And we'll see you back here Friday morning for more IRONWORX and even possibly Have No Fear. Maybe on Friday afternoon. Until then, be good, be well, do good, do it well. We love you. Bye-bye.